This is Team Simucube, presenting from the capital of Finland, Helsinki. In the next hour, we're going to talk about new wheelbases, new steering wheels, and a new platform that will shape the future of sim racing.
Chat, who here loves racing? Okay, let me ask you again. Who here loves racing? Yes, I love racing. The speed, the focus, the adrenaline, that's what racing means to me. It's that connection between man and machine. And sim racing takes that connection and brings it into my home. And when I get into my rig and the setup is dialed in just right, I'm actually there on track, pushing to the absolute limit, hitting every mark, full instinct mode. What about you?
I come alive when I put my helmet on, get into my race car, tighten my seatbelts, everything else fades away. I'm fully focused, I can hear my heartbeat. And that's what I live for.
We know many of you feel the same way, probably everybody. And that's exactly what Simucube is, pure connection. My racing-loving friends, you're in the right place. This event is for you. Welcome. I'm Johannes.
And I'm Teresa. And we're both part of Simucube team. And our job is to make Simucube experience available to all the racers in the world. And today, we are your hosts. We have 3 exciting things to show you today. 3 big steps forward in Simucube journey.
Now, let's hear from Simucube's co-founder, Tero Kontkanen.
I think there's one thing in common between all racers. They are natural-born competitors. They refuse to follow. They lead. And they will never settle. And they were just born that way. But what does it take to achieve master level in sim racing? The racer must become one with the vehicle of choice. That the vehicle becomes like an extension of their body and mind. But how can we make such simulator? It's not an easy task. It's like building a space rocket or sports car. Every detail of the simulator must be as good as possible. But who can make everything perfect? Nobody. Instead, it takes effort of the best experts in the world. You need best people making wheels, rigs, force feedback devices, and we should also not forget that we are always serving the heroes behind the wheel. So we must cultivate the close connection to the community. So, this event is all about teaming up. Teaming up with you, the best team to create the future of sim racing. But before we go into that, let's take a look at what Simucube has to offer for the coming years. Welcome on stage, the CEO of Simucube, Hannu Harju.
Thank you, Tero, and even bigger thank you for everyone watching tonight. Picture this. It's 10 p.m. on a Tuesday night. Your rig stares you from the corner. Suddenly, that inner spark, racer's instinct, lights up. Let's take the pole and win that GT race at Spa. In your mind, you start going through the corners of Spa, thinking how you can save off some tenths. Then you remember the checklist. Turn on all the apps, updates on firmware, adjust the settings both in the apps and in the game, and that spark fades. The racer's instinct. It means chasing the fastest lap time, improving lap by lap, having the dream of becoming the best in the world. We at Simucube, we share that instinct. For us, it means obsession with performance, rock-solid reliability, and having the most immersive sim racing experience on the planet. We realized that because sim racing has grown so fast, there's a lot of technical debt, and that why it seems that you can rarely just start racing on the spot. We all have jobs, families, responsibilities. We cannot afford to spend more time in Windows than we do at Nordschleife, right? Yeah. Because when the racer's instinct strikes, seconds matter. And that urgency is why we set ourselves a radical target we call one-click race. One click, nothing more between you and the red lights turning off. The one-click race is only possible if everything underneath is perfect. So the path for us is clear. Focus on technology first. We need to unify the hardware and the firmware. So that's why we have built a technology platform that we'll show you today. Simucube at its core, we are an industrial company that allows us to create those truly high performance and reliable products. So this is where we shine. The second step is to push the sim in sim racing. Together with the game developers, we are connecting the game to the hardware like never before. I'm not just by telemetry with arbitrary units, by creating an open API that supports real-time, real-life, real SI units that the whole sim racing can utilize. The third step is to join forces with people who are obsessed with excellence. We don't stand alone, we never will. Simucube was founded on an open source project a long time ago, and we will honor those roots and our community. Our ecosystem will only be closed to a point where we can guarantee that it works. Above that, it will be open. I think we are bound together by a belief: be the best in what you do and improve every day. So, to our community, keep telling us what slows you down will make you faster. To our partners, keep sharing your ideas and dreams, we will build them together. This is an open invitation to the one-click race vision. And to every racer who has thought, I just don't have the time tonight, we are making time for you. Picture it again. Tuesday night, 10 p.m. Rick sits in the corner. You embrace that racer's instinct. When you sit down, you are immediately on the grid, ready to launch. Your pit crew has set everything just right, and if you need to tune anything, they're right there. You have figured out the perfect line to keep flat out through our roofs. You know you can trust the car. Winning, that's up to you. Everyone, let's drive. This is the moment you have been waiting for.
Isn't that something? I'm Antti Virta, lead hardware engineer of Simucube, and this is Simucube 3. In Finnish culture, we have this idea that there is one correct way of doing things. It's almost like our common hive mind. For example, every Finnish person learns in a middle school that there is a correct way how to wipe a cabinet door. You start from the top, you work your way from side to side, and from the top to the bottom. And this is just a common knowledge that everyone agrees, but no one really speaks about. Correct way is often also the best way, because pros has already taken into account what is important in this process. And that is also something that drives us here at Simucube. And something I have learned during this journey, that the correct way of making a great wheelbase means that you need to focus on the things that matter. So, what makes a great wheelbase? For us, that means 3 things. The feeling, rock-solid quick release, and also usability. Let's start from the feeling. We have discovered 3 main areas how to improve the feeling in this new generation of wheelbases. First thing, we call this calibration of control. Let me explain this to you in a bit more detail. Every Simucube's wheelbases are produced in ultra-high standards, but we are chasing the last few percentages, and we won't settle before we reach those. For this new generation of wheelbases, we have completely re-engineered our control algorithm. In this new algorithm, we are almost like laser scanning every single unit, and from this scan, we create a digital twin inside our code and adjust the control based on that. So every unit is controlled a tiny bit uniquely. But doing things this way allows us to tune the wheelbase into its maximum precision while keeping it silent at the same time. This means more consistent feeling. Second thing for the feeling is to add more detail. For this new generation of wheelbases, we are introducing telemetry-based effects. They mean additional information about your environment and also the car you are driving. Telemetry-based effects are going to include things like RPM, ABS. This means more feeling. The third thing, how to improve the feeling, is of course the motor. Since we are delivering the feedback to the physical world, only the software isn't enough. For this new generation of wheelbases, we have designed completely new motors for all models. But for the ultimate model, we set our requirements so high that it needed to be done with a completely different type of motor. Let me explain this to you in a bit more detail. Traditionally, our wheelbases are using a type of electric motor where the rotor's permanent magnets are placed on the outer ring of the rotor. But since the ultimate model's performance is on a different level, we created it by using a spoke-type IPM electric motor. With this type of motor, the magnetic field is pinpointed extremely densely, which allows it to produce much higher torque levels and faster responses with a lesser power supply. So, how did we improve the feeling? We created a completely new control algorithm. We are going to introduce the telemetry effects, and we have designed new motors. Second thing, what makes the wheelbase great, is rock-solid quick release. Something that you need to understand when you are designing a quick release is to know what kind of stresses it needs to withstand. In racing conditions, it's something like this: steer there, hold there, keep the line. In engineering terms, this of course means high torque levels that are rapidly changing directions. So there needs to be some kind of locking shape that can withstand these stresses. And matter in fact, there is a perfect shape for this. It's called P3G polygon. This special harmonic shape has an infinite amount of contact points, which makes it perfect for this kind of vibrating high torque applications. And around this shape, we have designed our new quick release, which is easy to use, silent while driving, and also rock solid. What about the power and data? Inside this new quick release, we have created a system with completely contactless, brushless, and wireless power and data transfer. And we call this new system Simucube Light Bridge. With this system, Simucube Link supported wheels can get their power and data through the new quick release. And since I mentioned it's contactless, that means we don't need slip rings in this new wheelbase. This is called our new Simucube Link quick release. Third thing, what makes the wheelbase great is of course ease of use. During the development phase, we have spent untold number of hours into thinking how we can improve the user's experience in our products. And also setting up the system in a more easy way is something that we want our users to experience. To achieve this goal, we've designed a device that we call Control Box. Control Box is replacing the original e-stop button box and brings in some additional features. So, how to use it? Think that you are in the middle of a long endurance race and you start to feel your muscles get sore. You turn the parameter adjuster and lower the maximum torque level of your wheelbase. Or, if you want to control some other settings, with this same parameter adjuster, you can scroll through the menus. Just a small overlay window is displayed on your computer screens, and this happens without leaving the sim. And since the control box is part of Simucube Link system, with this you can wake up your pedals, wheelbase, and also wheels with just one click of a button. Control box is delivered with every single model. But the ease of use isn't only the hardware. We have spent also countless of hours into fine-tuning our tuner software. Let's hear more from our software architect, Iiro.
When we started designing Simucube 3, we wanted to take a bit bolder approach and not be limited by old ways of doing things. The firmware in Simucube 3 is not derived from Simucube 2, as we saw places where we could improve. This also covers the feel of the wheelbase. It all starts on how we drive the motor and ends up on how we deliver the force feedback signals to the motor for users to experience. With our new approach, we are aiming to keep the feel as same as possible across the whole lineup when the same settings are used. One of our main goals was to make Simucube 3 very intuitive, without sacrificing more detailed features for users who want more control over different settings of their wheelbase. We optimized on how to get good force feedback feeling on Simucube 3 right away. The force feedback torque and feel can be adjusted by one slider each, and that is enough for many people to get a good feeling for their driving experience. You are not limited by these two sliders for the feel, as you can also go deeper to fine-tune on how simulator force feedback signal is handled to get the exact feel you want. In addition, there's also a fading and boosting possibilities for the signal. To get a feel what these settings do, we added simulation buttons so users can feel without starting up the simulator. So you can now just use the slider, adjust the setting, and then feel what you just done. We also added a custom-made telemetry effect possibilities to wheelbase, like ABS and motor vibration effect. For these, we added a lot of adjustment possibilities as we did with our active pedal before. In addition, there is mechanical feel section where you can adjust the base feel of the Simucube 3 before the force feedback signals are added to it. We felt limited in how, for example, damping is usually only controlled by its strength, as we know the speed of the wheelbase is also another factor in it. So we implemented possibility of curve control, which we previously showcased in our active pedal control design. We added this to multiple control elements, so you can set parameters based on another parameter. This gives you more precise control on how certain features behave. Overall, in Tuner 3, I would like to point out two big quality of life improvements. We added tooltips for each control, so it is clear for users what each setting does. And we also added more complicated feature sliders, which can be used normally as before, but also are text inputs, so you can just write the number you like and that way easily adjust the exact value you want. We have also created a paddock for Tuner 3 for users to share their profiles and discover new profiles. The paddock supports Simucube Link devices and Simucube 2. Profiles existing in TrueDrive paddock will be imported to Tuner paddock. There are already a lot of features, but we will still make more and keep improving the existing features. We did a lot of back and forth in Tuner 3 development to optimize different ideas. And in conclusion, in my opinion, we created the best application for controlling the simulator device settings, and I'm proud of what our team achieved.
So, what makes a great wheelbase? It's the improved feeling, rock-solid quick release, and also improved user experience. What about the mounting? Simucube 3 now supports two ways of mounting, front and the bottom. And additionally, we have designed a whole range of accessories, including wheel extensions and quick release adapters. I have now introduced you the new features of Simucube 3, but I have not yet talked about the lineup, availability, and prices. Our lineup consists of 3 models, Sport, Pro, and Ultimate. We are now covering 15, 25, and 35 Nm ranges. Sport and the Pro models will be available in the last quarter of this year, and the Ultimate model will be available in the first half of 2026. I must say that I am so glad that I am able to be here and show to our friends what we have been working on for multiple years now. This is our correct way of creating the wheelbase in our journey to the grand idea of one-click race. I am Antti Virta, and this is Simucube 3. Thank you.
My mind's completely blown. I gotta say, I had no idea that this is how you wipe a kitchen cabinet.
Cabinet. Forget about it. Simucube 3.
Right.
So let's memorize the key things about Simucube 3. First of all, even more consistent force feedback. Second thing, a rock-solid quick release with our new light bridge technology. And third one, that's my personal favorite, the control box. Thanks to the new control box, I can easily set up all the Simucube devices by just clicking one button or adjust the settings on the go. So that makes it possible that I can purely focus on the most important thing, the racing.
Okay, so we got frickin' Simucube 3.
Yes.
Well, we're gonna need something to drive it with.
A wheel?
A wheel, yes, a wheel. For that, please welcome to the stage our lead engineer, Iiro Peltola.
Hello everyone, my name is Iiro Peltola. About a year and a half ago, I was given a task to design the best screenless formula-style wheel. Now, I have worked in the past designing e-bike drive units and other bicycle-related components, so I had no background in sim racing. And I have to say, to me, at the time, the instructions were a little bit vague. So naturally, I did what any engineer would do, Googled sim racing steering wheels. Unfortunately, that did not give me the confidence to start the design work.
Instead, we assembled a steering wheel team, collecting people across Simucube and partners with the expertise needed to bounce ideas back and forth. Obviously, we wanted to design a great wheel, but the question was, what makes a wheel great? Just like any other Simucube product, we wanted to achieve high performance and precision. In the context of steering wheels, we interpreted this as having great ergonomics. The wheel must fit into the hands of the user. Every button must be easy to reach. Every input must have a great tactile feedback. Every surface, texture, and edge is important. The wheel is a physical link between the driver and the rig. It is also one of the most visible parts of the rig, so it has to look good with its own unique personality. Coming from outside the sim racing community, I realized the ease of use is something that's missing in many sim racing products. The wheel should be plug and play, or like Hannu said it, one click to race, while providing the customization options for those who decide them. With these goals in mind, we completed our mission to design the best screenless Formula-style wheel. This is Simucube Savu, the wheel we didn't have, but now we do. This will be the first Simucube 3 compatible wheel in the market. Just plug the wheel in place and off to the races you go. The wheel has a native support through Simucube Tuner, which has carefully calculated default settings. To achieve the great ergonomics and unique looks, we decided to utilize high-pressure die casting to make the frame components. This allowed us to design the organic shapes that make the unique visuals of the wheel. It also enabled us to make the frame light while keeping them rigid. In my opinion, our existing Valo wheels did set a high bar for the tactile feeling of the pedals. And initially, I was planning on using the same pedal components as what are used in Valo. But as it turned out, for this style of wheel, you need just a tad more precision and shorter throw than what the Valo pedals could provide. Even the smallest of details, such as at what point the microswitch clicks, can have a big impact on the tactile feeling. After numerous iterations, I think we have achieved a great snappy feeling while keeping the noise of the pedals down. Something that kept popping up in our steering wheel team discussions were the words Simucube quality. And at the time, I remember wondering, what does that actually mean? Over the time of designing and testing this product, that has become clear to me. For every product we design, we create a comprehensive test plan to test and validate every single detail of the product. We have vibrated the hell out of this wheel. We have measured and adjusted how the signal bounces when the buttons are clicked. We have calibrated the LEDs for different color, brightness, and voltage levels. We have worked with our suppliers to achieve the desired surface finish and texture for each component. We have designed the internals of the wheel following Simucube's industrial background, trying to eliminate or integrate as many components as we can. Because in the end, the most reliable component is the one you don't need. Savu comes in two variants, Pro and Sport, and here are what they share. A solid, full metal construction, 12 backlit buttons, 2 thumb encoders, 2 7-way switches, 2 pedals, 2 clutch pedals, 295mm diameter, Link quick release, and approximately 1700 grams of weight, including the Link quick release. In addition, the Pro model has 3 forward-facing encoders, 2 forward-facing multi-position switches, 2 additional thumb encoders, and a bright telemetry strip across the top. Both models can also be equipped with the additional set of paddles. I believe we have achieved our goals: ergonomics, great tactile feeling, unique visuals, ease of use, and reliability with this wheel. I have certainly learned a lot along the way, and now I can better answer what the screenless formula-style wheel should be like without Google. What about our other existing products though? Our Valo wheels will be updated to support the new Link Quick Release, bringing them into an alignment with the latest hardware platform. All other wireless Simucube wheels will also work with the Simucube 3 wheelbase, with the Simucube Link hub and suitable adapters. Thank you.
So now we have got the Simucube 3 and we have the new steering wheel Savu. By the way, Savu means smoke in English.
All right.
But now I want to ask, how do we link the whole system together?
Let's find out. Please welcome to the stage Tero Nygård.
Hello, I'm Tero from Simucube. Today, I'm excited to share with you how our view for sim racing has evolved. First, I'd like to invite you to imagine this. Powerful wheelbases, most advanced steering wheels, active pedals, and community-developed profiles, all working seamlessly together with your favorite simulator game. What would that mean for the user experience? And what would that require from the products and from the way community and companies collaborate? To answer that, I'm thrilled to introduce the Simucube Link. Simucube Link is not a product. It's a platform combining products, APIs, connectivity solutions, and technology platforms to build products on top of. The vision was, how would the world look like where Simucube is no longer responsible of the single product, but for the performance of whole system. What we needed was more than a PC connection. We needed a platform which is robust, responsive, and open. Platform which is scalable and can act as a foundation for the future. That platform is Simucube Link. Link marks our evolution as a company from building great products to delivering great systems. How do we take most out of it? My answer is together. We cannot and we shouldn't do this alone. Which brings us to the Link API. Link API is a programming interface to take full control of everything connected to the Simucube Link. It can be used for specific applications, but for us, it's a gateway for the innovation. Launch controls for sim racing launches, AI coaching tools for motorsport training or something what we have not even imagined yet. API is a key enabler for our vision of one-click race. And to achieve that, we have started collaboration with top game studios to integrate Simucube Link into their titles. That will mean a huge step for the drivers, how they connect, configure, and race with our products. Let's see how the API is being used.
I'm Lassi Hämäläinen, software architect at Simucube. I'd like to share how the Simucube Link API is being developed and used today. Simucube Link API is our programmable interface to the Simucube Link platform. It gives developers direct access to device data and force feedback generation. What makes it different from many existing solutions that it communicates in exact SI units. This means no abstract or relative values, just transparent pipeline from our hardware to the software. The goal is to ensure feedback is precise and drivers feel the vehicle physics as the game developers intended. We released the first alpha version of the API in June 2025. The API is written in C++ and it connects to the Simucube tuner to control it and all connected devices. First stable release, version 1.0, is planned for early 2026. That release will bring API and ABI compatibility guarantees that will allow developing more long-term solutions around the API. We have already started gathering feedback together with engineers from automotive simulation, motorsport teams, and developers of leading sim titles and community tools. Their insights are helping us shape both technical details and direction for future work. Long term, the Link API will evolve into the backbone of the Simucube Link platform. The idea is to provide one stable interface across wheelbases, wheels, pedals, and partner devices. That opens the door for many applications: AI coaching, remote tuning, dashboard, or even fully synchronized one-click race experiences. We don't know yet all creative uses developers will invent. That's part why we are opening early and asking for feedback. So if you are a developer, a team, or enthusiast, you are already welcome to join the alpha, test the tools, and share your feedback on GitHub. To learn more, check out simucube.com/API and sign up for updates. Together, we can refine the API and build the foundation for the next generation of sim racing systems.
Then, let's jump to the other end of the Simucube Link, to the most personal products. Products which are beautiful. Products that connect you to the car. Products which are tools for the best lap times. Steering wheels. We know every driver has own style and preferences. We cannot serve those needs alone. That's why we created Link Wheel Module, a technology platform to streamline steering wheel development. Link Wheel Module ensures full compatibility with Simucube Link, from Link Quick Release to the API and ultimately to the games. Integration to tuner for configuration and profiles. Link Wheel Module has been in hands of our wheel partners for a while, and we are eagerly waiting for first product launches still this year. Let's see it in action.
BavarianSimTech is a father and son-run company manufacturing high-end sim racing steering wheels in Regensburg, Bavaria. Our journey began in a small flat and has since grown into a large facility with its own production line.
This year alone, we will deliver more than 4,000 steering wheels and other sim racing products to sim racing enthusiasts all over the world.
So a while back, Simucube approached us and introduced us to their fascinating new Simucube Link technology.
The more we learned about the concept and the deeper we understood the technology, the more convinced we became.
I'm Konstantinos, creator of the lovely dashboard, the most popular SimHub telemetry dashboard, with over tens of thousands of users per month looking for consistency and just clarity of information. You don't need to spend time trying to find it. It is just there in front of you. When I started in 2020, the technology has not changed. Same exact hardware, screens, and inputs for as long as I've been in sim racing. It's all the same thing. So seeing a brand new technology without the same limits, made specifically for sim racing, yeah, I think it's about time. So working with Simucube, go a bit further, see what else we can do. Yeah, I don't think I would ever be able to pass that up. When I was shown the technology, everything that we'd be working on, yeah, I was impressed. My ultimate goal is to bring the Lovely Dashboard to this platform. And hopefully, all of you that use a Lovely Dashboard and love it every single day will enjoy this implementation as well.
But enough talking, let's show it to you. The new Delta Pro SC combines the best of two worlds. Our BavarianSimTech DNA, adaptive beam tech, multi-link, true Bavarian craftsmanship, and our unique grip language, with the strength and robustness of the Simucube Link. Together with Simucube, we also work on the software side, and the much-loved Pit Stop app is now seamlessly integrated into Tuner. So in short, the best of both worlds,
but only one software to start.
Our plan is to bring our whole BavarianSimTech lineup to Simucube Link.
When you see the Simucube Link mark on a wheel, you know it's a wheel that simply works. Inside these steering wheels is a built-in Simucube Link wheel module, which we designed specifically for our partners to build their masterpieces on. With Lightbridge, the wheels connect and set up instantly and allow seamless hot swapping without the need to reconfigure it in the game between changes. After that, Ethernet and other proven standards ensure stable, always-on, ultra-low latency performance inside the Link platform, even when you rig scales to include more high-power devices. You can now use the steering wheel screen as a touchpad instead of mouse to control PC, game and tuner. Enjoy reliable LED and dashboards designed in collaboration with Lovely Dashboard without charging or battery worries.
Keep an eye on our social channels and websites for updates, and prepare to test the first wheels at Sim Racing Expo. See you there!
At Simucube, we believe great experience leads to great results. That's why Simucube Link. Thank you.
Thank you, Tero. Let's recap today. Antti brought us the next generation of Simucube, the Simucube 3. Iiro took us on the journey from a wheel being just a concept to us actually having the Savu on hand. And Tero let us in on the all-new platform, open for everybody to build on top of, open for innovation in software and innovation in hardware.
And finally, let us remind you of why we keep pushing what's possible.
You are so present in that moment. You are not thinking about the past. You're not thinking about the future.
When you're connected to the car, everything that you do flows. Like it almost feels like you're not driving it. It just flows with you.
It's not always easy to get, because it's when the car does exactly what you want, everything else just fades away and you feel just freedom.
Where you're not just driving the car using your feelings, you drive it using your instincts.
And you can sense everything that's happening, every gear change.
On the brake pedal, on the throttle pedal.
The wheels, the tires, the suspension.
You're not actually thinking about those things.
You're just processing it instantaneously, and everything is just happening in the moment.
If you can feel that clearly and consistently, it's such an advantage. You can manipulate the car's tires to their limits.
My muscle memory is from the real race car. So when we go to the simulator, I want it to be as real as possible, because I don't know how to teach what is a simulator and what is a race car. They need to correlate.
A lot of people think you need a lot of feedback and a lot of things. And when you drive the real car, you really don't.
It's not just like the quantity, but it's the quality of that feedback.
Pure, straight feedback. The creeps, the bumps, it all comes straight through the wheel.
So precise and so natural that it disappears.
My genuine thoughts then on the Simucube 3 I've been using, plain and simple, it's the best wheelbase I've ever used, hands down.
So the first
thing that I notice is that the wheel instantly feels very accurate. It is a big step up again from the Simucube 2.
Honestly, when Simucube first came to me with this project, I didn't know how they were going to improve on Simucube 2. I really struggled to imagine how they would do that.
We already thought like the Simucube 2, you cannot improve a lot more, but clearly you can.
For me, it's also a bit difficult to describe the differences between the Simucube 2 and 3 because it sounds a bit stupid. It's just better everywhere.
I think it's just really cool that they're involving and leaning on drivers like myself, but also Tim Heinemann, drivers that have raced a lot in the sim, but also have raced a fair amount in real life as well.
I have a very specific requirement. I always work with professional drivers, so I wanted to feel as realistic as possible as like a real racing car.
The Simucube 3 Pro that I've had for a while now, that one, the first thing is hardware. So there's the upgraded quick release system, there's the integration of Simucube Link. The new UI is light years ahead of the old software.
It's improved a lot.
So it's a much more user-friendly experience.
I can show you, because recent days we were testing a lot on the friction, damping, inertia, and also a bit more in detail, and a lot more going on in the background.
It doesn't take any time to get used to it, so straight away you feel exactly what you need to feel. So does that make you quicker? Yes, absolutely. It makes you quicker earlier.
This is also what I felt in testing, because my lap times dropped quite a bit, and this is just me feeling more. This is me just pushing the car a bit more to its limits, because I just feel it better.
And then finally, there's the force feedback itself, the most important thing. Not only is it much more adjustable now, it's just, there's a better overall feeling as well. So amongst all of these things, it's definitely safe to say that there's a significant improvement between Simucube 3 and the already so impressive Simucube 2 range.
I think we're done with the talking now, so it's time to get in the rig and let's go racing.
Hammer down, drive fast, and brake late. Let's drive.
See you on the racetrack.
Go. See you on the podium. Hit the track, survive the first turn, get out of the track, go racing.
Yeah!
See you on track. We'll see you.
See you
on track. Let's go. Let's go racing. Let's go racing.
Let's go racing.
I'll see you all on track.